I've got sort of three key indicators of what cloud means to different communities, different sub-communities within the Canadian marketplace. The first is, what kind of cloud are you currently using? So I have some survey results here, split evenly between surveys of IT managers and non-IT managers, and reasonably evenly between large and small organizations. And what you'll see is if you ask a small an IT manager for a small organization, what kind of cloud are you using? They're very clear. We use public cloud. That's what cloud means to us. If you ask IT managers for large organizations, 500 plus employees, the third column here, they're equally clear, but with a different answer. Cloud means private cloud to us. That's what we're using. If you ask business managers in small companies, they're a little bit more confused. About half of them say we're using public cloud. A quarter say we're using private cloud. They're probably wrong. They probably just don't understand the nature of cloud that's being delivered to them by their IT management. But then a quarter of them, and over 30% of the business managers of larger organizations, say we're using a mix of private cloud and public cloud. And they're probably right. They're probably consuming a combination of the cloud that's being delivered to them by IT and the cloud that they source themselves for their own individual, unique business purposes.
If you look at the board in 2011, it really was, what is the cloud in most companies? Now, some markets are different than others, US versus Canada, Canada versus Asia Pac or EMEA. But generally speaking, it looked like 2011 was when the board started to say, they were reading magazines, and they said, what is the cloud? In 2012, the question was, what should we be running in the cloud? In 2013, there's two things that are happening, and Michael's data also showed this. And again, we didn't coordinate this. Is that, on the one hand, you now have the question, why aren't we running more in the cloud? So the cloud has started to really take off, but what it also is doing is it's starting to settle. Because the cloud is not a virtualized infrastructure running at a public IaaS provider. The cloud is not in my data center. Increasingly, the cloud is, it's out there in the cloud. It's the cloud. It's out there in the cloud. The cloud could be a SaaS provider. The cloud could be an IaaS provider. The cloud could be a PaaS provider, right? So back to this, at the end of the day, the decider, if you will, is not where is it, what kind of cloud is it? It's simplicity. Business results are starting to trump features, and cost-saving power of simplicity is increasingly the decider. Simplicity, either IT or business. How do I quickly and simply get what I need? Right? Now there's other factors. There's reliability, there's control over data, but that collapses into simplicity. How do I simply get what I need within the parameter set of what I'm allowed to do? That's it. And what we've designed our offerings around is this capability, so that we can extend our clients and our partners' capabilities in an ad hoc fashion to meet their needs, because every client is different. Some clients are going to have more of a physical deployment, a private cloud deployment. Other clients are really going to want to go aggressively into the cloud. So what we think is the right service design for cloud is a stairway, if you will. And that from a security standpoint, that we can extend and complement your security. We can even monitor on your premise. We can monitor other security providers. Other security providers can monitor us, right? Whatever the right posture is. From a network standpoint, we think that your namespace should extend and be part of our namespace. If you want to work with different network providers, you want to work with us, right? We want to be complementary in that fashion as well. And really, in the interest of time, all the way around. From onboarding, from consulting, support, managed services, extensive portal capabilities, and an ecosystem. We think that all of this is part of a complementary approach that lets our clients land on this stairway either in whole as part of an outsourcing, in part as part of a small project, right? That is what we see as the driver for cloud in this next act.